We didn't put it on. We didn't put it out in the public.
Oh gosh, of course
we all had a good laugh about it.
That was fun. That was what I think of when I think of those cameras that you turn on. That you're like, oh no, they don't record all the time.
I think a lot of
people.
Yeah,
they do.
Those would be for our memory banks and to share with those drivers. They can do what they want with those,
right.
But they're not going to be put out there because there's a professional thing behind this. Mm-hmm. It's not, hey, look at this driver. It's not that kind of information. That's not the publicity.
We're not trying to put
wants.
a black eye on any team, any sponsor, any track. We're there to promote the sport.
You know what?
Right.
It's fun to watch. It's fun to share and say, "Oh my goodness, do you want to see what you just did?" And they'll get a good kick out of it. And either it gets deleted or it gets sent to them. And then, like you said, Gary, they can do what they want to with it.
Yeah.
They can delete it or they can share it with their buddies.
Mm-hmm.
They could even put it online if they want to, but we wouldn't do that.
No.
No, and for me, given the position that I'm in, there's moments like, what was her name? The little girl I had in the booth for the last race. I put her on the mic to announce.
Oh my gosh!
Satterfield's granddaughter.
Yes, and you know what? I've watched that video probably 3 or 4 times since then. She is the cutest little thing.
So the thing about that for me is, I can remember being a kid that age at the track and wanting to be in the pits or on a car, or I always paid attention to the announcer. I always wanted to be involved in the sport, not just a spectator.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping that night that we brought her into the booth to have some fun, and she's talking, and she introduced her grandfather, David Satterfield, into the main event.
She started the race.
She started the race, and just kind of talking with her on the mic. You don't know what that can spur for a kid. Maybe she grows up to be something in media. Maybe she does something with public speaking, or you know what I'm saying. There's moments like that.
Maybe she's the next best Danica.
You never know.
You never know.
But there's moments like that can affect a kid for the rest of their lives.
That video is on Moxie. I did post that.
She comes up on top of the tower with me and the rest of her other family members, and they're up there, and she's real shy. And when she came up there and she had a sad face, and I said,
well, because I was originally going to have her sing Happy Birthday. She was going to start the Happy Birthday song to Mike.
And she says, I thought I was going to get to sing Happy Birthday on the mic.
And she was bummed.
And she was sad, so I said, okay, let me take care of this. So then I talked to Corey, so she was down there doing media the rest of the night, and
I have
her
fun.
Grandmother says she's so shy. I can't believe she's doing this, and she's liking it.
But see, that's the thing that can change somebody when they realize it's not as bad.
Light the fire.
Yeah, I mean,
there's always an instance in your life that will change who you are.
Yes.
And I remember mine was in 10th grade. Mrs. Ozol, my speech teacher. I had to do speech class. That was a requirement. And I remember I had to come out of my shell. I was always quiet, never talked much, wasn't about interfacing with people. But that changed me. Mm-hmm. Now I'm a very outgoing person.
Absolutely.
I'll walk up to anybody and talk to them, have a conversation. But if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today.
I think we all have those defining moments. We can all think back of those specific things that changed our lives. Whether we were little kids like she was 9 years old, or you in high school, we can all go back to those defining moments. Yep. And that's, I think, as an adult, for me anyway, if I can do that for one person, where they can look back and say, hey, I remember that lady, or whatever, that did this or that for me. Mm-hmm. That's what it's all about.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I just have fun doing that. I mean,
go look at the video though. It is posted. It is the cutest thing ever. The poor little girl was petrified at first.
She was so nervous. She'd go to talk on the mic, and she would just go.
Yeah,
and then start talking. She was so,
talk about the race.
And so she got at the very end, she's just so, basically relaxed, really. And then she's so freaking cute. She says to Corey, after she's been there for a whole race, she looks up at him. She says, when do we get to take a break?
She did. She said it. It was so cute. But, it's stuff like that.
You could take a break right now.
Future Union Workers of America.
Oh, gosh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It was it's a cute video. You need to go watch it.
Roy Bain says somebody snuck stickers on my car. Anybody know anything about that?
Nope. Nobody.
Anybody here know anything?
Nope.
I don't know anything about it.
We hand them out so much, you can never know. There's so many people in
Somebody
the pits.
probably broke into the Moxie
Oh,
rig
yeah.
and took
Remember
the stickers.
you lost those
That's
keys
what it
that
was.
one
Were they
time.
Moxie stickers that were put
Yeah.
on his car? Is that what we're
Was
talking
it?
about?
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. I'm
Stickers. Those are the only
Oh.
stickers
guessing.
I could
Maybe on
think
the sail
of.
panels. I don't know. Right above the
I-
tires and the rear axle, I think.
Probably
I
a
think
pretty
I
good
remember
place
seeing
for
it.
him.
Yeah.
Good place for him.
Yeah. It needed a little bit more color to it.
Yeah.
I don't think there was anything on
I
it.
don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It could have been truck driving school stickers, but then he'd have come to me.
Wanting some
Where's my
bonus money.
sponsor
Right,
money,
right,
dude?
yeah.
Yeah, where's
Yeah.
my sponsorship money? You
I didn't want
bet.
to push that one.
I was only asked that twice this year as I was putting stickers on and doing the cameras. How much am I getting paid for this? I look at them. And, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Were they kidding or were they half serious?
Well,
just
they
to
said they
see
were
what you
kidding.
said?
They said they
Okay.
were kidding. So
Well, we're gonna say they were kidding then.
Were they?
How
I
much
don't
do
know.
you get? You get 0.2 of a second.
You get 0.2 of a second, and
There
your
you go.
sponsors,
Yeah.
your sponsors get a
Little
good promotion.
notoriety. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
there
Absolutely.
you go. There you go.
Awesome deal tonight. This has been a fun show. We've talked about a lot, not just racing. We've talked about life. We've talked about just people. This is sometimes it's not always about racing, but we're going to continue to do these shows. We'll do them through the Bud Nationals. We'll be heavy at the Bud Nationals for 3 days. We'll be on the air a lot down there.
You know,
and-
for those who don't know, we do go live. You can actually listen to the entire Bud Nationals while we're down there.
Yes, we will go
We
hot
will
on
go
Spreaker
hot.
just like you're listening now, and we will do the entire broadcast. Listen to this at no charge.
As a matter of fact, you can go on to Spreaker right now and look at the previous episodes. And
Go listen
all
to
of
last year's Bud Nationals.
All of the Bud Nationals are still there from 2013 till now. And so if you want firsthand, just like
You want to know what happened last year, and you want to come in to see the storylines coming into this year. Hey, go listen.
the race.
There are some opportunities to advertise on that broadcast, and I'm telling you guys, listen to me, that broadcast reaches around the globe. We've had people in, not just our regular listeners in the United States and Canada and New Zealand and Australia. Mexico. We've had people in Europe listen to this. Not that it matters for your company, but there are advertising opportunities, and we get over the course of the weekend for that broadcast, we will touch really close to 50,000 listeners on that broadcast. So you got to remember, most of those people that are listening are people that are in racing, people that can use whatever service.
Once it's there, it's there. So
It's there.
It can be
Right.
listened to.
It's not a one-time
over and over
commercial.
and over.
Go back to 2013.
Yeah.
Go back to 2017, 2018. You can actually go back and listen to the late model show where Joey is racing against Clay Daly, what we were just talking about, 4 laps to go.
That moment.
You can go listen
That moment.
to that right now.
Yeah.
It's there.
And the thing about it is, anybody who wants to advertise on that particular broadcast, I know it's the end of our 2019 season, but that kind of starts rolling things up for the 2020. That commercial we produce will run all the way through next race season here on West Coast Wide Open. So it's not just a one weekend show. It's not a one-time thing. It's going to be a commercial that is played on West Coast Wide Open throughout the 2020 racing season. So just remember that. You're getting a lot of value for your money. If you guys want any information on that, message us on Moxie Media Promotions. We'll get you a rate card, let you know what those opportunities are and the price that comes with them, the cost. And I think that most people are typically pleasantly surprised by
reasonable.
The big package is still reasonable.
absolutely,
right,
the big
right.
package. Yeah,
The biggest package is still
go buy
reasonable,
yourself
yeah.
a package like that on public radio.
You're not getting it.
You're going to
It's not
spend
gonna happen.
you're going to
10,000.
spend tens of thousands to what you're going to get for what we provide at a tenth of that cost. You know what I mean? It's a great value, especially to the racing community, the people you're targeting anyway that you want to use your products or services. Get a hold of us. We can help you out. We can help increase your bottom line for your company. That's what we do. Awesome show tonight, you guys. I appreciate everybody that's listening. I appreciate everybody that's tuned in and out of the show. Everybody that talked to us at the racetrack this year. 2020 is going to be exciting. There's a lot of new things on the horizon. I know we've got some new things we're doing. I think the fans and the drivers are going to be very happy next year. It's going to be a good season. I'm excited. We're not going to talk about that yet. Still finalizing a couple things, but
Slowly roll stuff out over the winter.
absolutely,
Right.
As they are
Things are
concrete
developed, yep.
as they're concrete. Yes, we will do that. So,
Mhm.
everybody out there, listen, I want to appreciate, or I want to say, I think I appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are absolutely awesome. You guys are the reason we do this. Keep tuning in Wednesday nights right here on West Coast Wide Open with Moxie Media Promotions. I'm Corey Pinfold for Sandy, Dave, Gary, and Nina. Keep on listening. Keep tuning in. We'll catch up with you next Wednesday night right here at 6 o'clock. You guys have a great weekend. We'll talk to you soon. Good night.